Okay, there we go. We're back now. There's always some issues starting this stream. Things will even out eventually. Anyway. If there is anyone here, welcome to my stream. We chill. I usually occupy myself with a build, and I talk about random shit. That's what we do here. I don't have a camera, please don't ask. You don't get to see my not beautiful face. You're not missing anything there. So yes, welcome. I'm gonna start by saying that normally when I'm doing these streams that I'm usually building a Lego set, but this time around I am not building a Alright, there we go. Again, I'm sorry. Things are usually a little rough in the start of this. So as I will... Okay, again, I apologize. My internet just wants to be rather fucking difficult today. It's kind of pissing me off. Anyway. There is absolutely no one here at the moment. But that's okay. I think last stream I didn't get anyone until like an hour into the stream. So, yay. Just doesn't want to cooperate with me. Oh well. We just keep going. Things will work out eventually. So yeah, my attention will not exactly be on the computer screen. As I am building. So, what to talk about? Let's see, so... I don't know if anyone has seen that there was actually a point that that Lego was giving away copies. I shouldn't say giving away, but you could get a free copy of the Lego Ninjago movie video game, which has been or had been on my Steam wishlist for a while. And of course, I went on Steam, I found it, I've downloaded and installed it, and I've played about 5 parts of it. Like 5 of the levels. And it's not bad. It's a pretty decent game. Legos. I mean, I've only played the original Lego movie game and this one at this point in time. But, okay. Again, I'm sorry for the one person who's this thing. Alright. Really? You know what? No. Whatever. You either get lag, or I just end the stream because this thing's being a pain in the fucking ass. Anyway. Yes, Diablo 3 is incredibly addictive. Especially when you throw in the online playing part of it. But yeah. What else is there? Okay. Did my mic come back? It disconnected there for a second. Okay, yep, it's back. Okay, thank you. This won't last, I know it, but... let me some Coke while I build. Anyway. I don't think that this whole Snyder Cut is like a good or a bad thing. Obviously because, you know, the original Justice League cut is like 2 directors' visions, if you will, that they obviously conflict with each other a lot, those visions. So perhaps if they do release the Snyder Cut, maybe it will miraculously be better. I don't know. I don't have a problem with the movie. That's not really why I even brought this up. The thing that I don't like about this news is the fact that this is not a theatrical release. You know, they're not releasing it in theaters. They're not releasing it in theaters. They're not releasing it to like Netflix or Hulu. Any of them. No. Instead, they are releasing it to HBO Max. And that is where my problem with this whole thing lies, because I don't have HBO Max. I would genuinely be curious about seeing this movie. Like, I genuinely would like to see the Snyder cut of Justice League. So I can, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm curious about how it's gonna be different. I can't be the only one, but I don't have HBO Max. Therefore, I don't have a way to watch that movie. And it sucks because I was genuinely curious about it. You know, I don't know why all of a sudden HBO is trying to pull in, you know, like the Netflixes and the Hulus and all that, trying to take into that pool, whatever it is. It doesn't say that there isn't anyone who does. I'm sure there's people who have all those HBO things. I just don't. And I'm not going to buy it either, just so I can see this film. So for me, it's just going to be, well, either A, somebody leaks it online, which probably isn't the best thing to say on here, but if somebody leaked it online, I could possibly see it. Or if I just find somebody, unfortunately, that's not one of the things that my girlfriend has. She's got Netflix and Hulu, which has come in handy from time to time, though. Especially Netflix. We share, you know, she lets me use the Netflix, even though I don't pay for it. But anyway, it's just disappointing that, in my mind, had they put it on something like Netflix or something, or even Hulu, they would have had a chance for a much wider audience, in my perspective. There's more people that have Netflix and Hulu than, yeah. And this isn't like the first time that, you know, something on HBO has become like a big deal. Like there's people out there that are really into Game of Thrones and talk on and on and on and on about Game of Thrones. And I'm just over here like, yeah, hey, I don't have HBO, and I've never seen Game of Thrones. So, I got nothing, really. And I'm not complaining about, you know, not being able to have HBO. I mean, it's not the end of the world for me to have HBO. It's just another one of those things you have to pay for in my book. And I think that's what's getting ridiculous, too. Is it's like, as a society of viewing entertainment, that we've gone from the days of, cable and things like Dish Network, DirecTV, all of those, to, well, you gotta have Netflix, you gotta have Hulu, you gotta have HBO, you gotta have Disney Plus. You gotta pay for all of these separate streaming services. And, it depends. It's also dependent, too, on what do you want to view, Like, oh, you want to watch Game of Thrones? Well, you're going to have to get HBO. And, oh, you want to watch The Boys? I've never watched it. I've only seen trailers for it. But yeah, you want to watch The Boys? Oh, well, you're going to have to get an Amazon Prime. Like, at what point does it become too much? At what point do we look at all this and say, this wasn't a good idea? Or there's too many of these. It's like, to me, it's getting to become like, on PC, how, for gaming, the majority of PC games are on Steam. So, to me, that's kind of an essential thing for gaming on PC is, well, you're going to want Steam. But then, up to a certain point in the series, it's like, oh, you want to play Battlefield from Battlefield 3 to 5 and all of those? You have to download EA Origin. Oh, you want to play Assassin's Creed? Well, you can get them on Steam, but that requires you to install the whoever the people that make Assassin's Creed and Far Cry and all those are. Ubisoft's launcher. Oh, you want to play a game like Diablo 3 or StarCraft or World of Warcraft? Well, then you have to download Blizzard's launcher. And of course, the big rivalry thing, which I don't remember all of the exclusive games on it, but there's some that it's like, oh, you also have to download the Epic Games launcher. You want to play Fortnite? Download the Epic Games launcher. That's the only one I know is popular. I don't know, remember what Epic Games thing is, what's exclusive to it. But yeah, it's just like if you want to play all the games you can on PC, you gotta have so many launchers. If you want to watch all the shows on various streaming platforms, you have to have all of the streaming services. And like I was saying, at what point do we say this is ridiculous? I already think it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't live on my own, but if I did, if I had to pick it, I would say give me, regular TV, probably Dish. And then I would say, oh, hey Sean, how's it going, man? I almost didn't see your message there. And now I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, but yeah, I remember. It's going good. Alright, good to hear. But if I were living on my own, which I don't judge me, I would probably pick something like Dish Network for regular TV, and then I'd probably just say give me Netflix and Hulu. I don't want Disney Plus. I don't want whatever else I was saying. Would I like to watch The Mandalorian? Yes. Do I care that much? No. I can get just enough entertainment out of Netflix and Hulu. I'm sorry, Sean, you kind of came in the middle of my talk that I was doing there. Let me think. Yeah, you kind of missed. I talked about how I got the Lego Ninjago movie game, but haven't been really playing it because I've been playing Diablo 3 a bunch. And then I went on this, I talked about the Snyder Cut of the Justice League movie that's being made for HBO Max. And that ciphered into, I talked about all the streaming services that that people seem to have, and then I compared that to all the game launchers that PC players have to put up with. And that's where we are now when you came in. So yeah, that's the word. Yeah, so other unrelated things. I made a new background image for my stream. I thought it was fitting since I'm building that particular mobile suit, if anybody here watches Mobile Suit Gundam. Yeah, I know. There's not much I can do about it, dude. It's probably a good thing you came in when you did now, because earlier I was having a lot of problems with getting this going. So it's my internet doesn't feel like cooperating this stream. So there's not much I can do about it. I can only sit here and reset things. You know, and try to keep it going, but it's been fighting me a lot today. There it goes. I don't know. It may not last long. I usually jinx myself when I'm like, hey, it's fine, whoop-de-da-de-doo, and then it'll mess up again. But I'm thinking, since today is Sunday, the end of the week, if you will, that, there we go. Refreshed my page. I don't know the exact day, since this thing I'm building is going to keep me busy for several days, but I have a special item for my building self for my next stream. It is a Kobi, C-O-B-I, Kobi brand, I'm gonna butcher this, a Mauerbrecher. Kobi is, think of Legos, but not Lego brand. So it's a brick-based building toy like Legos. And they have this whole thing called the Historic Collection. They have tanks, aircraft, ships, etc. I watched some reviews, and then I was on eBay. Is it better, Sean? Looks better. I think it's better now. Anyways, I was trying to look where I could get one of their tanks because I was really wanting to build one. And so, yeah, it's better. Okay, thanks, dude. Anyways, I was really wanting to build one of their tanks, and so I went to Kobi's website, and I found the original one that I had wanted was the Panzer 8 Mouse, or Moss, I don't know, I'm not German. Again, probably butchering these things. It's spelled M-A-U-S. Maybe it's mouse, maybe it's moss, I don't know. Anyways, I had wanted that one, and so I looked all over for it. And, oh no, I didn't look all over. Kobi's website, they had it. Their website is strange. I'm not gonna lie. because the company is Polish. So they, they have their website it's international, but it's also like they didn't have an American version of the website. The closest I could get was like Britain, like the United Kingdom. And so none of the prices were in dollars. So when I found the tank that I wanted, something is not right here. Oh, that it was going to be 50 pounds, British, United Kingdom pounds. However, it said, I'm sorry, I'm not like trying to sound culturally insensitive. I just don't know these things that well. And it's funny because I used to watch Top Gear all the time. I'm, I should be used to all the English money terms. Anyway, it was 50 pounds. And then I was like, hey, that's not too bad. I might just have to get this. However, when I went into shipping, since, the company is Polish, and, we're in a pandemic right now, it was going to be 13 pounds 25 shipping, which I don't know how much. I don't know the dollars to pound exchange rate off the top of my head. And I was like, well, I don't feel like paying what would amount to 65 pounds 25, whatever they use for change in places that use that type of money. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So then, one night, I find myself on eBay, which I don't ever like shopping on eBay that much, because if you go to my other channel, I have a bit of a story about eBay, because the short version is I bought technically it's a knockoff of a third-party G1 style, Generation 1 style Devastator from Transformers. And, that was out of my curiosity as to what it would be like to buy one, the quality of the toys and all that. So I buy one. Takes about 2 months, I think it was, to ship. I was basically like, I'm never gonna get this thing, am I? But I did eventually get it. I eventually got it. And then, as I'm trying to combine him, the guy that makes up the head, which I believe is hook. Probably not saying it, I'm probably not remembering it right. But either way. The Devastator head broke on me. Did not make me a happy camper. And of course, I couldn't, couldn't very well combine the dude if I didn't have a head. So I had to go back onto eBay, order a replacement figure entirely. And that took another month to ship because these things are shipping from China. But I got it eventually. So that was kind of the short version of why I don't like buying things from eBay. And I know it's not all bad on eBay. I get that now. But anyway, back to my tank story. So I'm on eBay and I looked up the Kobe tanks, and to my surprise, they had a lot of them. They weren't, regular Joe sellers like you or I. It was a lot of stores selling them, but they were, new in box. And the shipping wasn't ridiculous because most of these were US sellers selling them, which made me trust it more because it's not shipping from China. So, and the story gets even better. I ordered the one that I have, the Mauerbrecher, on May 21st. I got the shipping notification for it on May 22nd. And then I wake up on May 23rd and a delivery, like a delivered notification. Sure enough, I go outside. There's the package. It literally took them one day, USPS, remember, Postal Service, USPS, one day to ship my package. Which, when I looked at the full tracking, it came from a place in the same state as me. So I'm just like, well, I guess that makes sense why the shipping wasn't crazy long, but I just was not expecting the tank to arrive so soon. But I didn't mind. I'm like, hey, the sooner the better. But now I have a brick-built tank for whenever my next stream will be after this. that is my story for eBay. I was just very surprised at it. Because, you know, we all know that, like, especially now in this pandemic times, that places like Amazon have definitely slowed down in their shipping and sometimes have been late. And I'm just like, huh, apparently eBay's the place to get stuff right now. Although, of course, I can't say that, you know, if you went to eBay to buy whatever, that you would have the same experience as me. It's probably just you know, the lucky factor of shipping out of a place that I honestly probably could drive to if I wanted to. I don't know for certain because I don't know where. I'd have to look on like maps or something to see where that place is, but yeah. Alright, making progress. I've kind of run out of things to talk about now. I thought about today, which I didn't do it, but I eventually will. There's a Lego set at my local Walmart that I want to get, which I was going to get today, but I didn't wake up till like 2. So I was like, no, I'll just get some lunch, do my stream, and stay home. Not that I care about the stay-home orders. I'm not going to talk in detail about that, though. So don't ask. But, yeah. Something that I would love to do. I can't remember exactly all the bands that are a part of this, but I saw a thing on, I believe it was Facebook. It was like the greatest metal, I think they call it greatest metal show tour, something like that. And trying to find it. Metal Tour of the Year, that's the one. The Metal Tour of the Year. Which doesn't look like it's gonna come through my state. No, it is not. Well, that sucks. But it's, Megadeth is headlining it. and Lamb of God, along with Trivium and In Flames. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of... I guess I shouldn't say that. I've never really listened to Lamb of God. Maybe they're good, maybe they're not. I haven't... There's a lot of bands that I should listen to. Regardless of that fact, I've also never listened to In Flames. Regardless of that fact, had this tour been coming through my state, depending on the ticket price, I probably would have tried to get a ticket or two so my girlfriend could go with me. Because I would pay a pretty good price just to get to see Megadeth and Trivium. That would be a hell of an experience. It would, I just can't think of how awesome that would be. But I'm sorry if, y'all don't like metal. I do. I'm a metal man. I'm a man of metal. I mean, I listen to other music too, but I like my metal. Anyway. It's a shame they're not coming to Michigan. Because I would have been all over that. Yeah, we're at the 1 hour mark. Good. I might... What time is it? It's 3:51. I'll probably go till... maybe 5 o'clock? 4 or 5 o'clock? At least 5 o'clock if I can stop and get, stop, eat dinner. I don't know if I'll come back to stream, but probably not. If I stop at 5 o'clock, that's gonna be the end of the stream. So we'll see. I might stop it at 4:30. Might stop it at 5. If I forget, it might be 5:30. But either way, we don't need to talk about the end of the stream now. Oh, one thing I was going to talk about when I was talking about all the streaming services stuff. Ah, damn it, it's lagging again. One of the things that I find interesting is how Netflix will put out, like, and it's not for all of its shows, but some of them. Netflix will put out, like, Blu-ray and DVD collections of their original stuff. And I really wish Disney would do that. Because, like I had said, and Sean probably missed this. Well, not probably. He did. I would love to watch The Mandalorian. And I mean, my family and I tried, when we had a free trial of Disney Plus, we tried to watch it, but it would not cooperate with my mom's hotspot. So we couldn't watch it. And I don't know why Disney doesn't do this, but, you know, just make a Blu-ray or DVD release of each season of The Mandalorian. I don't know why that's so hard. I could name a lot of people that would probably buy that. And when you think about it, if they did it, they would make more money, and possibly, if people liked it enough, they may even gain Disney Plus subscription people from it. I understand why they don't, because they probably think, well, if we keep it on our platform, anyone who wants to watch it has to get our platform, hence we get more money out that way. I could be wrong about that. But it just seemed, you know, that they could easily... Because what, Mandalorian's on season 2, I think? I think they're making a season 3 as well. They could easily come out with a Blu-ray set as the seasons progress. I would love it. I would buy it. You know, they could put tons of... Well, they could have put tons of special features on it. And that's one thing also I remember seeing an ad for, is the fact that they're making a Disney Plus series that's basically the making of The Mandalorian. And, you know, it's fine. I just don't understand why they couldn't have just make a DVD set of it. You could load that with special features, like the making of The Mandalorian. Charge $30 for it. Money, money, money. People would buy it up. Even people that already have seen The Mandalorian on Disney Plus. You know? And it would be a better way, too, because what if someday, you know, Disney Plus starts to get like Netflix, where, you know, they take shows off of their service? What if they take The Mandalorian off of Disney Plus? And now no one gets to watch it. I don't think they will do that. I'm not saying they're going to, but you know what I mean. Like, I remember when Netflix was making a big deal about the fact that they were going to remove, and I think they did, the original Death Note anime. Because they would rather promote their shitty live-action version of the Death Note. Oh, of Death Note. And I think they did, too. I think they took it off. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I have the complete Death Note collection on Blu-ray. I got it at Walmart when it was on sale. And it's great. I love it. So see, I can watch Death Note anytime. And it's like, you know, Netflix is or has, I don't remember which one because I don't watch this show. I think they are at some point taking The Office off of Netflix. But yeah, that's to me, that's one of those shows that a lot of people make a big deal about. You know, there's tons of memes about The Office, etc. It's one of those shows that a lot of people really enjoy that I just have never found an enjoyment of. And I've watched parts of The Office, but I've never found it funny. And that's coming from a guy that, you know, I watch a good amount of stand-up comedy. So I have comedy that I like, just, I don't know, I've never found The Office to be that funny. I suppose it's just me. You know, don't tear me apart for not liking The Office. There's plenty of shows out there that would be, you know, I could make a whole video of shows that people like that I don't really care about. And The Office would be one of them. I don't watch a lot of TV anyway. Sean, do you watch The Office? Okay, I guess he doesn't want to say. But yeah, you don't anymore? Yeah. Did you find it funny? Oh, what's another one? Well, I guess Game of Thrones would be one. A bit overrated, but still enjoyable. Yeah. I mean, it's been memed to death at this point. I know another one that people really like is Parks and Rec. Again, I've never watched it and I've never had the motivation to start watching it. What else? Game of Thrones. That's a big one. A lot of people like that. I don't have access to HBO, therefore I can't watch it. I'm sure I would enjoy it if I could watch it. What's another one? I see people talk about a lot. Can't think of that much off the top of my head. Which one? Parks and Rec or Game of Thrones? I'm gonna assume Parks and Rec, because that was the first one that I brought up. Parks and Rec, yeah. I've never watched it either. Which, again, well, not again, it could be good. It could be something I like. I don't have the motivation to start watching it. Which probably sounds terrible, but that's just how I am. I have enough things to occupy my time that, like, I don't want to say I don't have time to watch a show. I guess it would be I don't make time to watch a show. Like, I had at one point decided to continue watching Castlevania on Netflix, the anime. And I got through season 2, and I was like, wow, that was great. I'm gonna go right into season 3. And I watched one episode of season 3, and I haven't bothered to finish it. Mostly because I find myself, especially late at night, gaming more than watching a show on Netflix. Yeah, it's a great anime. But I can't bring myself to watch, or I just can't seem to get myself to finish watching season 3. Anyway, back on topic though, the TV show thing. Cause see, there's a lot of shows that I've seen that most people probably haven't. I'll try to keep this to like TV shows, because I watch a lot of cartoons as well. I love Regular Show, and they need to bring it back. Actually, no, they don't need to bring it back, because it would probably be a lot worse than how it originally was. But either way, I miss Regular Show on Cartoon Network. That show was the bomb. But, see, one I used to watch was, and I've made a whole video on this one. I used to watch, The Walking Dead. But after, I think I jumped off at season 7. So after 7 seasons, I'm just like, this is the same shit every season. Even when they introduce Negan, or whatever his name is. I'm like, it's the same shit that never ends. I got bored of it. And I stopped watching it. John, I'll be right back. I gotta check something. Alright, I'm back. Kind of dog sitting right now, so if you hear me talking to something that's not you, it's probably the dog. Because I gotta keep an eye on this dog too. Don't I? Yes, I do. Sit down. But yeah, The Walking Dead is definitely one that I kind of gave up on watching. I don't know, it's one of those... Sean, did you ever watch The Walking Dead? It's one of those things for me that it's like, when you do the same thing for 7 seasons and don't change, what's even the point? You know, there's nothing interesting here anymore. At least personally for me. And I don't know, I feel like, I mean, they, you know, it's one of those things like they ended the comics. How long is it gonna take before they end the show, you know? And I think the creators of the show have even said that they don't plan on ending it. I don't know, but yeah. See, one of my favorite shows was Falling Skies. And that was on when I was in high school. It was always on in the summer. It lasted 5 seasons, and that was enough. Because what I loved about it is that A, it was science fiction, right? It had aliens, all that. The characters were great. But what I loved about it, which ties in exactly with what I'm saying about why I stopped watching The Walking Dead, is that Falling Skies started and it ended. And the end of the show, you know, we've defeated the aliens, Earth is restored, we're done here. And I'm like, perfect. That is the perfect ending. Right there. I didn't want it to end, but it did. It's one of my favorite shows. I wish I had that one on DVD. But Falling Skies was definitely an awesome show. What else? I used to, when I was younger at least, me and my parents, well, my parents still do, I don't, but I used to watch a ton of Survivor, and the other one, Amazing Race. And again, it's one of those reality, quote-unquote, reality shows. I can't watch reality shows, you know. I've even heard all the behind-the-scenes stuff about Lego Masters. That was at least it was a decent show. It had an interesting hook for me, but yeah, I can't really watch a lot of reality shows because I know they're not real. Cooking shows. You know, I used to watch Forged in Fire on the History Channel, where they'd make all sorts of knives and stuff. Another one I used to like was a show called Top Shot on the History Channel, where it was like a competition show about shooting guns and stuff, trick shots, all that. It was cool. I enjoyed it. But a lot of those ended, you know, I think Forged in Fire, I don't know if there's new episodes, but I see a lot of reruns of it. I used to watch Vikings on the History Channel, but I ended up stopping that as well. That just... I don't know, that show just kind of went downhill for me, but... But yeah. There's a lot of stuff I've never... Like, I'm not a fan of cop shows. They're all kind of the same to me. Or your NCISs and stuff like that. I'm not that into those. I have seen several of them, because the place I used to work, when I'd go on break, the break room TV would always be on either a cop show or it was on a channel that would play like really old TV shows, which that was great. I enjoyed seeing a lot of old TV shows, Hogan's Heroes, Chips, Cheers, I've seen some of that. But yeah, those, I always tell people, a lot of those old shows were a lot better than TV shows today, in my view. It's kind of like music to me. I like my 80s metal bands a lot more than I do bands of today. Just my opinion, though. What else? I don't know. Trying to talk for 2 hours is difficult sometimes. I thought I was so prepared too. Before the stream, I was just like, yeah, I got 2 or 3 things to talk about. And now I'm like, oh shit, I can't stretch this out into 2 hours of time. Huh. Oh, there was a... I don't know if it is anymore. But for a while there was a sale on Steam on Call of Duty games. And I don't remember if I talked about this yet. I was really tempted to buy one. I didn't. Because on EA Origin they were having a better sale. That's where I picked up, you know, Titanfall 2, EA Star Wars Battlefront 2, Battlefield 5, etc. But I don't know why I don't understand why Call of Duty games are like Nintendo games. They never drop in price. I mean, they still, even on sale, they still want $10 for Call of Duty 2. Call of Duty 2. A 13-year-old game. They want $10 on sale for, I think it's like $20 normal price. You know, or even like Modern Warfare 2 is like $20 on sale. Like, dude. It's like, dude, you're not Nintendo. You guys make games every year. Your games should be like sports games where they just drop in price. That's just my opinion, though. I don't think Call of Duty games should be as expensive as they are most of the time. And to be honest, I was actually going to get, if I was going to get one, I was thinking of getting Call of Duty World War II. But I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't. Because Battlefield 1 was a far better experience, even though it's a World War I game. And I'm hoping that Battlefield 5 offers a better World War II experience. There we go. Here's an interesting thought is, so since they finally put Halo 2 on PC's Master Chief Collection for Halo, I've seen a lot of things that, and this is mostly from a video that I've seen, saying that that Halo 3, when it is available on Master Chief Collection, that Halo 3 is not going to get the anniversary treatment. That kind of surprises me a little bit, given that, you know, Halo 3 is like the biggest Halo game ever. It was the biggest, it was the most popular, had a solid campaign. I think a lot of people say it has the best multiplayer in the series. I don't know, because I never played multiplayer. But yeah. And so it's like, for as cherished as it is, I'm kind of surprised they wouldn't give it that anniversary treatment, you know? Pump up the graphics. To be better. All of that. But I also don't think it's going to hurt the game by not giving it that anniversary treatment, because like, what, Halo 3 is from 2007? I mean, I've played games on my computer that are from 2007, and most of them, the graphics are just fine, you know, they don't, you know, for being that old, they don't look terrible. At least most of the ones that I've played. Oh, I almost forgot. I've got a story. This is gonna be good. And Sean, you weren't here when I mentioned this, but as I was saying earlier, I do have a girlfriend. Not bragging, but I do. And we actually met on OkCupid. We've been together for 5 years. It'll be 6 in September. So one of my friends, he reached out to me one day, and they said that they want to try using OkCupid to try to get, you know, a relationship with somebody. But they're like, I don't know anything about it, and obviously you've done it. Even though I told them, I'm like, yeah, that was 6 years ago when I did it. But you know, he was like, can you help me? And I was like, sure, I can help you. I'm like, what do you need help with? And he was like, well, basically I want you. And I've never had someone ask me this, but he's like, I want you to set up the profile for me. And I didn't really want to, because I'm like, okay, I'm not you. I can't just do this stuff for you. And he was like, please? Like, it would mean a lot to me if you would do it for me. And I'm like, alright, but you have to actually feed me the information to put on there. Which he did, you know, I didn't try to use it as a joke, like, oh, I'm just gonna put this guy's, you know, a ding dong and try to be rude about, you know. You know what I'm trying to say. So I go to the site, you know, set up a profile. And the reason I'm telling this story is because from when I used to use this website, OkCupid, to how it is now, it's really different. And it's changed in ways that I'm just like, why? Like, one of the things that I remember when I was on there, you know, 6 years ago now, is that it was literally 100% free. And now, and my friend told me this after I set everything up for him and basically gave him, you know, he started taking control of his account and trying to find matches and stuff. He's like, you know, that I think it was a couple days ago, he messaged me, he texted me, he's like, oh hey, somebody liked me. I was like, oh, that's great, who was it? And he goes to the liked section to see it, and it's like, sorry, you can't see who liked you because you have to pay for it. They have something, I guess, called A-list, is what he told me. So, it's like, yeah, you have to pay for a subscription to their A-list to be able to see who likes you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Why would, like, this is all free. I'm like, last I knew, and I even told him, I'm like, it was all free when I used to be on this website. And then on top of that, they have like a feature, you know, like swipe left if you don't like this person, swipe right if you like them. And kind of like Tinder. And he's like, I can only like, I think it was like 3 people in a 24-hour period. Then it will count down, like it stops you, basically. Like, you have to wait. It has a timer. It counts down from 24 hours to 0 before you can get back on there and start liking people. And I'm just like, how do you get past that? He's like, you have to pay for it. I'm like, what the hell happened to this website? And, you know, he wasn't mad at me. You know, he wanted to do this because he's like, I had success finding a girlfriend that he thought he would be able to have mild success as well. I just feel bad for the guy. I'm just like, you know, the only way he can, you know, really try to find a match without having to sit there and wait these 24-hour periods is to pay for this A-list thing. And he, you know, he sends me screenshots of all this stuff too, and I'm just like, this is sad. And now, before trying OkCupid, he said he tried that Match.com, and he's like, it's the same thing. There's a lot of, you know, features you don't get without paying for it. I'm like, that's sad. That's really sad. And I understood, because I'm just like, you know, these websites have to make money somehow. I get that, but it's like, why do you have to charge for something as simple as seeing who likes you, or, you know, the ability to just tell other people that you like them, you know? So, I mean, he was asking me for advice, like, what should he do? And I'm like, I don't know what to tell him, because I don't want to say, well, pay for a month of the subscription thing, and if you find somebody, great. If you don't, then a 1 month subscription is $10. I'm like, that's crazy. I mean, it costs less, you know, if you pay for more months. Like, you know, there's like a 3-month and a 6-month. I think 3-month was like $5, or no, 3-month was like $7. 6 months was $5 a month. I'm just like, I'm sorry, this is disappointing to me. I'm not the one even using it. I'm like, this is disappointing to me that, you know, this is how it is with these sites. And I'm just like, yeah, this used to be like an honest, free dating website that just has turned into a money-hungry shit site. That's not to say that you can't do anything with having a free account. It just, you know, you just have to get stuck waiting just to go back on and, you know, like people and send messages and all that stuff. And you shouldn't have to do that. You should not have to wait. You shouldn't have to pay for it. It's just wrong to me. So yes, that is my story with one of my friends involved. He keeps, you know, he still keeps messaging me about various things as he goes along with that site. Just makes me feel worse because I don't know what to do. You know. I feel like I've misled him because everything used to be free when I did it. And now it's all this paid for bullshit. And I get it, you know, the paid for stuff is optional. But it's one of those, you know, it's optional, but it'll really help if you have these things. So yeah, I don't know. I guess now that I know how the site works now from when I used to use it 6 years ago, just tell people to stay away from it, and that it's not worth the time. Which is sad, you know, because I've told people, I've told my friends before, I'm like, you know, it worked for me, it could work for you. It's just kind of sad, you know? What the heck is wrong that's how that's supposed to work, in theory. Sorry, I'm quiet there. Just making sure things are right on this thing I'm building. One of the things that I found is, like, literally the hardest thing to find to watch is Pokemon, the Pokemon anime. Because there's literally no easy way to watch all of it in one place. That's what I've found. Because it's like, Netflix has some of it, Hulu's got some of it, then you have to use those sketchy those sketchy anime websites with anime porn ads all over them, and it's like, I would rather not be here, because I'm just trying to watch a basically kids anime. I was, like me and my girlfriend, we were like, it would be fun to try to watch all of the Pokemon anime, or all of the various ones, because we love Pokemon. And it's like, nope, this is too complicated to watch all of it. I mean, I've had better luck finding the finding Gundam anime than Pokemon. Although part of my problem is that of the Pokemon anime that I have seen, I'm used to the dubbed version of Pokemon. And I'm just like, I don't know, I don't think I could watch it, so. And no, I don't have like the problem of subbed versus dubbed anime. I've done both. For me, it's a matter of when I'm watching it, too. Like, the other night, I was working on the thing I'm working on now, my Perfect Grade Banshee. And I was watching the Mobile Suit Gundam 0096 anime, which I have on my computer. I didn't need internet to watch it, but, and it's dubbed, and I'm like, if it were subbed, I'd have to sit here and look up and try to follow along and read as I go, whereas the dubbed anime, I can listen, I can work on my Gundam. No problem. It's a convenience factor when I'm able to listen to the dubbed version. But I mean, there's a lot of There's a lot of Gundam anime that I've watched subbed instead of dubbed. I remember reading somewhere a person saying that they think subbed is better because the voice acting is more dramatic. And I'm like, eh. Because like the Gundam Unicorn, which is 0096, that is a fantastic dub. Very dramatic. So it depends on the dub versus like Gundam Build Fighters dub is kind of trash and not that good. I don't know, I'm running out of brain power for this. This is not right. I guess it is right. This ain't right. Fuck. Nothing is right. Yeah. I don't know. I'm out of stuff to talk about. This has been going for 2 hours. It's 5 minutes to 5. Oh, I think we're gonna call it. So, this is going to be the end of this stream. Thank you to anybody and everybody in the chat, which is just one person. Have a nice day. I gotta figure out why this thing isn't going together. Bye bye.